Okay, so we have here combined like terms or like terms. Like to be, what are like to be like terms, or sorry, are terms that have the same ending. Okay, another instance that we get here is if, let's say, a squared b would not be its like term, would make it such that we have a squared b squared. Even though they have the same variables, they have to be raised to the same power. Okay? In a term, the number that is multiplied by the variable is called the coefficient. And we talk about coefficients a lot. So it's just a number. It's a number. So in this case, 3x. Okay? The 3 would be the coefficient. If we had another one, we can also have fractions, a half a squared b. Okay, 1/2 would be the coefficient. We can also have letters that represent numbers as well. What is this right here? Pi. Okay, 3.14. It still represents a number, so we can still have it as a coefficient. Pi would still be a coefficient. Okay, and we would also be able to show that we have even decimal numbers in here too. 2.3 a squared b squared c. Okay, 2.3 would be the coefficient for this. A term that has no variable is called the constant term. We have seen these as well. Okay, it's just a number. Okay, give me a number. 9. Give me a decimal. 1 point. Oh, got to give it something bigger than, I want something different than that. Okay, we can also have pi. Anything that's by itself are also just constants. Okay, we want to see that, how that's done. Cool? Jump to the next one. Yes? That's it? 10 more seconds? Okay. I'll be referring to a lot of these stuff now. Okay. What is the coefficient of our term? What is the variables for our term? What is the variable terms for it? Stop. Okay. What is our constant term for this equation? Okay, for our expression. Okay, we got to be able to see those as well. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, I might ask you for the definition, or circle the variable term, circle the like terms. Okay, that kind of thing. Okay, I'll show you what I mean by that in the future. Okay, here we go. You know what happened? It went blank.
Who said that?
It's all right. We'll refix it. It's back. Here we go. Cool. Copy that down. Oh no, what just happened? Okay, but we have two types of terms. I'll also be referring to these. Okay, a variable term is just a term with variables in it. It's something, it's a group of numbers and letters. Okay, variable terms can be 3a, can be 1/2 bc or b squared c. We can have pi r squared. Okay, anything with letters inside of it is going to be a variable term. We also have constant terms, which you just talked about. They're just numbers. 3, -5, 1/2, -5.9, 6.2. Okay, any number that are just by itself is considered a constant term. They don't vary in any way, shape, or form because there's no variable attached to them. We don't know. We don't have anything. We don't have any letters that will associate with that number. Okay, so again, I'll be associating myself with it. I'll be showing you what is my constant term, what are my variable terms, what are the coefficients of here. Okay, that kind of thing. I want to make sure you guys understand that lingo because we will be talking about it in the future. Okay. Okay, just like yesterday, I have kind of rules and steps that I want you guys to follow in an example. So we're going to kind of jump into that right now. Are we good to go? Okay. I'm getting an okay. If it will change. I don't know. Don't worry about that. We're okay. Copy down that. Okay. What we're seeing here is the steps I like to use and to show how to simplify terms. If you would also do me a favor and write, this is homework problem number 16.
That's homework?
One part of it, not all of it. It's the 16th problem of your homework. Okay, so copy that down. Okay, what I like to show is you want to be able to do distributive property first, then group terms together, and then do order of operations. And I'll show you what I mean by grouping and terms. Do you need to show all this work for some of it? No, we're still doing review. If you need to jump around and skip terms and just do something really quick, I'm okay with that. I could probably follow. But for other stuff, please kind of to write them out. But if you need a blanket, there's a blanket back there. Are you sure? It's okay. You need a blanket. I even had some kids in my 6th period use blankets. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, we're going to use distributive property when needed. Sometimes we don't have any parentheses. We're not going to need to do that. Okay, but that's our first step we want to be able to do. Then we're going to group terms together and then use orders operations to reduce. Okay, there's a difference between solving and simplifying. Simplifying, we're just trying to make it a smaller terms or smaller expression. When we're solving, we're looking for a value. X is equal to something. R is equal to something. Okay. So in this case, we're just simplifying. All the stuff that we're doing is simplify, simplify, simplify. Okay. I'm going to go and get started on this if you don't mind. Okay, I want to give you guys enough time to do your work. Okay. The first thing that I'm getting here is I'm seeing my X out in front. My X here, I want to be able to distribute that to each term on the inside of my parentheses. I also have a negative that I also want to distribute to each term on the inside of the other parentheses. Okay. Doing the first ones in the blue, we have x times x is going to be what? X squared. We are adding the exponents. Then x times positive 8 will give me plus 8x. Plus 8x. Okay, can't reduce that down. Okay, we don't need to reduce it down. They're not like terms. Those two are not like terms. Yes, they have the same variable, but no, they are not raised to the same power. Okay. The next one over here, we have our negative. So negative times 5x squared is going to be negative 5x squared. Doing it to the last term, we have a negative times 3x, which is a negative 3x. Okay. So we just did part 1, which is we wanted to use distributive property. Okay, we don't need distributive property anymore. Okay, we want to group like terms together. So like terms together would be the following. And I'm going to show you the long way of doing this. Okay, my first like term that I'm getting here is x squared. Do I have anything that ends in x squared? Not all of them. Not all of them end in x squared. Negative what? 5x squared, those are the like terms. So I'm going to group them, and I'm going to use my brackets in here just to show I have 1x squared, which is my first term, minus 5x squared. And you don't have to put the 1 in there. I'm just putting it out there for showing purposes. My other one that I'm getting here is I'm looking at my 8x is my next term. Does that have any like terms? Which is what? Negative 3x. They all end in the same exact thing. Okay? That's what I mean by grouping. We're just grouping our terms together. Okay? Would you have to show this step? Not really, because some of you guys can do it in your head already. I'm okay with that. Okay? What we want to see here is we're ending in the same thing. So we're getting x squared and x squared. We're going to end in that. We're not multiplying. We're going to subtract them. So we know my answer is going to have x squared in it. Okay? I want to be able to subtract out the two numbers, so I'm going to subtract out 1 minus 5. What's 1 minus 5? Negative 4. So negative 4x squared is my first term, my simplified term. Okay? If I'm going to do my last one over here, I know that they're going to end in x. So now I'm just going to bring down x. And all I have to do is subtract out the two numbers. 8 minus 3? 5. Positive, right? So I'm just going to positive 5 there, and I'm done. Okay. Can I reduce that down? No, why? They're not the same. They're not like terms. Again, x and x squared are two different. They're not both raised to the x squared term, right? These two are because they are ending in the same variable. The same variables, right? The same variables raised to the same power. Okay? That was number 16 on your homework. So make sure you guys remember that so you guys can give it. You guys have to do the work because you guys already have it. Cool? We're going to do 4 problems, too easy, too hard, and then give you your homework. I'm going to do hopefully 3 or 4 of them, and we're done. I'll let you guys do your thing. Cool? Here we go. I think so, too. I know. Okay, copy those 2. Okay, these are the easy examples that we're looking at here. 14D. 14D. 4D. Okay, so the first 2 examples we're looking up here, if we're talking about our definitions for these, okay, the coefficients for these variable terms is 14, negative 19, negative 7. Do I have any constant terms? Constants? What by definition is a constant? It's a number that's just by itself with no variables. So do I have that? No. No. Okay. These 2 are expressions we're looking at. Okay. These 2 are the simple ones. Okay. The first thing I'm looking at for this first problem here is I'm identifying if I have like terms. They all end in what? D. Okay, so are they all like terms? Yes. Okay, I'm going to kind of shortcut a little bit, show you different ways. If I'm looking at these first 2, I know they're going to end in D. 14 minus 19 is negative 5. I'm going to bring down my negative 7D. And we can do it one more time, right? They are like terms again. D and D. Not Dungeons and Dragons, but D and D. Negative 5 minus 7? Negative 12. Negative 12D is our final answer. We can't reduce down. If I've given you a variable, a number, D is equal to 3, we can plug it in, but we're not doing that right now. Okay? The one to the right, slightly different. Slightly different. We have our first term here. I'm going to kind of highlight that. We have C. Do I have another term that ends in C? 84, right? So this is the way I do this one. I'm going to circle my negative 7C, my negative 84. Those are going to be my group together. Negative 7 minus 84 is what? Negative 91. Negative 91C. Okay? Not squared. We're not multiplying. Right? We're just adding and subtracting. If we had them next to each other, then we would have to multiply. But we're just adding and subtracting. Okay? The next one that we're getting here is 15D and 9D. Those are my like terms again because they end in D. 15 and 9 is plus 24D. Can that be reduced down any further? No, they are not like terms, so therefore we leave it. I'll put an arrow down to these 2 like I did with the other ones. It's another way of doing them if you choose to. However you want to break them up. Break them up. Cool beans? Ready for 2 more and then homework? Here we go. Hopefully this goes by a little faster. Boom. There we go. Slightly more trickier. These are the hard types. Okay. I'll tell you right now, the one to the right, I really like. I really like for quizzes. I really like for quizzes. The one to the right, I really like for quizzes. But I really like the one to the right.
I'm gonna write that down.
I don't know. I might like the right one to the right. The first two? Maybe. But I really like the one to the right. I know, but I'm just telling you. I really do like it, though. I hope. It's one of those things I hope. Nebo. I think we're going to do good. I'm excited to see how we're going to do. I'll see. I don't know. It's too early to see. Okay. So we're going to come back to the one on the right. We're going to look at number 1 here. We've done a problem like this for the first practice one. This is none of your homeworks. Okay, but what we're going to get here first is that minus sign first. It has to be distributed in. And then we're also going to get this 3 that has to be distributed in. Cool. So I'm going to get negative x minus 4. Then to my pink ones, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 3 times 1x is going to be plus 3x. So I have my stuff here. I want to be able to group my terms together. So I'm going to get negative x and 3x. What will that give me? No, 2x. Right? We're adding them up together now. And then my inside terms right here, my negative 4 and 6 will give me what? Negative 10. We're going to keep, change, flip. Okay, so this will give me negative 10. Look at that. Black and orange. Halloween. Halloween's right around the corner. Woo, man. Woo. Woo. Okay. Okay. For what? Try to keep up. Okay, for the next one to the right, starting that one up, we have the 2x on the outside. I have my negative 3 that I got to distribute in. So I'm going to take that first term, 2x times 5x. What will that give me? 10x squared. I want to take that 2x again and distribute it to that 3. It will give me 6x. Bravo. Okay. We have the last term we got to distribute. So negative 3 times 4? Negative 12. Negative 3 times 6x? Negative 18x. Okay. I like this one a little bit more. You'll see why. Okay. Copy. Okay. We're using distributive property, multiplying out our terms. Now we want to simplify. 10x squared. Do I have any term that's like it? What do I do? Drop it. Drop it down. Drop it low. Drop it low. 10x squared. We're done with that one. Let's move over to the next group, which would be our 6x. Does that have any like terms? Negative 18x. 6 minus 18. Negative 12. And our last one here, does 12 have anything? What do I do with it? Drop it. Can I group that any further? Why? No like terms. Okay? We simplified it. We didn't solve it. We just simplified it. This is as much as we can do. Comprendo? Moving on? Okay. I'm going to go and pass out the homework because I'm going to give you guys the option to help along. Do that real quick. You guys go? Yes.
side can go outside, right?
Okay. I'm going to clear it. Okay. There's 3 of them that I cover right now. Granted, there's a lot on here. For the first couple, I think the first 3 you guys can probably do in your head for some of you guys. If you would like to write them out, okay, please use a separate sheet of paper or flip it over here on the back side. Okay. I'm okay with doing that. The other ones, the bottom ones, you definitely have to show. Okay. I think that the negatives are going to confuse some of you guys. So make sure you guys have them written out. Okay. Some of you guys will use 10 steps to write everything out. Some of you guys only need 3. Okay. Let's see what you guys are getting at. Okay. For the ones that we're going to do, looking at your homework, if it will let me. Here we go. I'm doing 1 and 7 right now. I'm going to be doing another one, and I'll ask you guys for your input on the third one. Okay? This is your part of your homework. If you would like to get started because you already know what you're doing, by all means, please get started. I don't want to hold you back. It is 10:29. What time do we get out of here? 46. Pretty much have 17 minutes still. So that's a lot of time. Okay? I'm going to go over these a little bit slower for the ones that still need help. For those that want to shoot on up, go ahead and do that. If you need help, raise your hand. Ms. Reyes will be more than happy to help you out. Once I'm done, I'll be more than happy to help you as well. Okay, so looking at these ones right here, for number 1, what I want to be able to see is that negative. I'm going to take that negative and I got to distribute that into each term. That's my first line of business. That 9x doesn't do anything, so I'm going to drop that down. The negative times negative 4x is going to give me negative 4x. Negative times 3 is just going to give me negative 3. Okay, I reduced down as much as I could for that. I'm done with distributive. We want to be able to group terms. Do I have any terms that are already grouped? We're good. We're good, right? So my x's are going to be subtracting. So 9 minus 4 is what? 5. So 5x. Nope, not multiplying. We're just subtracting. Minus 3. What letter is that? O. So for the bottom of the page, for number 1, you're going to put O. That's how it's done. Yes, you're writing a statement. How did Superman's girlfriend do in math? Cheesy jokes. It's cute, though. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. We'll leave it as cute. Good? Okay. The one to the right, numero 7. Okay. What we're doing for the first one here, okay, for number 7, we're starting out on number 7. So if you need help, go ahead and flip that around, copy that down really quick. If you want to go ahead and do it with me, you can do that as well. Okay. 7u plus 10, even though it's in parentheses, doesn't matter. No, there's no operation done to it, so I'm just going to bring it down. 7u plus 10. I have my minus sign here that I got to distribute into my back terms. And I'm going to get minus 3u. What's a negative times a negative 12? Plus 12. I want to combine like terms. 7u and negative u. Negative 3u, sorry. Which will give me what? 4u. Okay, 10u or 10 plus 12u, or 10 plus 12 is 22. Those are my 2 numbers that I'm adding together. There are 2 constants that we're adding. What do I get? What's my letter? A? Those are them. So I did 3 of them. We're now down to 15 problems. We're working our way down. Okay, 16 was the one we did for the first example. So you guys have the answer for that one. Can I switch it? No? No? Yes? No? Not yet? Okay. You have about 10 more seconds left. Still sick? You haven't been here? Were you here the day before Monday? No? We haven't been here. Oh, okay. I was like, man, We got sick. How'd you get sick? Just. I don't want to get sick. So, is bronchitis contagious? Is it contagious? But you're feeling better though, right? Okay. Stay away from me. In a good way. Huh? I think that's to take you in. That gets bronchitis stays with you. It's not one of those ones that goes by quick. I'll be in a minute. I'll be in a minute. No, no. No, no. Okay, for number 9, this is number 9 in your guys's. This is a good one that I also want to go over with you guys. I'm going to do the first part right here. -7 is the term that I want to distribute. Okay, the last term here too, we have a positive that I can distribute as well. Doesn't make any difference on it. You'll see in a minute. So I'm going to drop down that 20. Okay, -7 times 3u. 21u. -7 times 8. -56. And then my positive times a negative will just be -8u. So we can still do that distributive, even though it's still just, there's nothing that's just going to change to it. Okay, I want to group my terms together. So in this case, 20 and -56 is going to give me what? Keep, change, flip. 20 minus 56 is going to be 20 plus -56. Okay. The last part here, we got this -21u minus 8u, which will give me what? -29u. Okay. Now looking at your answer key here on 9, does it match up with this? Does it? Look at it. Look at it. -36 minus 29u. Okay. It's the other way around. They're using commutative property to do -29u in the front, which is fine. And -36 minus 36. That letter is going to be what? E. So make sure you have them in the right order. Okay. That brings us down to 14 problems. Can I do another one for you? Choose wisely. Choose wisely. All of them. 18? I heard 18 first. Are we okay with 18? Yes, 18? 10:36, we have 10 more minutes. 18? Okay. We have our equation in 18. I got to be able to distribute both of these terms. So I have this 2x that's out in front. I have this negative that I also have to distribute as well. So doing my 2x first, 2x times 9 is going to give me what? 18x. 2x times -5x is going to give me, I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm going to get -10x squared. My negative in here is going to give me -4x. And my negative times my -6x squared is going to give me positive 6x squared. We're almost done. Grouping our terms together, I'm going to get my 18s first. My x's here. So 18 minus 4x, 18x minus 4x is going to give me 14x. Then my negative 10x squared and 6x squared is going to give me negative 4x squared. Does that match up with any of them? Did I mess up somewhere? Oh, because did I write that down wrong? Oh, because it should have been a negative in here. So that should have been positive. Sorry.
So if we answer all of them, do we have to?
Question? Say that again.
The word, we still answer all the problems, but we have to do the word.
Okay. This is going to be, okay, it gives us it in reverse again, where it gives us negative 4x squared plus 22x, which is, oh, okay. You guys are free to do your work. Go for it.